Cajun coming at you from the great state of Louisiana. And today, I don't do this very often. I don't tell people what to buy. Very rarely do I tell people not to buy something because I always say kind of buy what you love. But there comes a point where logic has to step in, and I hope I'm going to be the little birdie on somebody's shoulder. Maybe I can save someone today from doing what I think is a catastrophic, quite obvious, illogical mistake in the hobby, and that is buying a Victor Wembanyama Bowman Chrome autograph card at the present time. I really can't stress enough how bad an idea I think it is to pay what these things are going for. I had no idea until I just had lunch with a couple of collector friends of mine, and they asked about Wembanyama cards, and I was like, yeah, I'm not going to buy any because the price point's going to be too high, and I'm thinking what is, his Prism Silvers and his Golds and all this, and I was like, they don't even have any licensed products out right now. I think there's this Bowman Chrome University and Inception or something like that, but I don't know much about it because honestly, I knew the price point was going to be so high. Same reason I never bought a Zion card. Thank God. I didn't buy Mr. Load Management. Get it? Pun intended. The porn star. Did not buy any Zion. And didn't buy any Cade Cunningham because the price point just changed on me. Like in 2018, I could buy Doncic, who was the premier prospect. And in 2023, you just can't buy cards the same way. If you get lucky and you pull one out of a pack, congrats. You won the lottery. That's fantastic. But I want to share with you some of the sales history for the Victor Wembanyama Bowman Chrome autograph and then some of the other Victor Wembanyama cards on Card Ladder, and I'm absolutely astonished. Like I realized that the price point will be high. I did not have a good grasp on the numbers that I was going to see when I pulled up this sales history, and I'm just going to show you what I'm talking about. So here we go. Again, not much preparation put in. So the first thing I'll tell you is I typed in Wembanyama Bowman Chrome. So the first thing that jumps out at me, and it's sorted by price, is that someone paid $11,500 for a Victor Wembanyama green Bowman Chrome autograph redemption. It's not even the card. It's the autograph redemption. It is serial number 299. Right below that, we have an $11,000 sale of apparently an orange parallel. So there's 124 in existence already. We've got another orange. We've got another green. We've got another orange. We've got a green. We've got a green. We've got a yellow that's numbered to 75. So now we're at what? 199 between the green, the yellow, and the orange. My point is, they're not rare. Here's a 50, by the way. So there's 249 at least. That's the gold numbered to 50. I guess I could keep looking, or I could go on trading card database or PSA, or I guess not PSA yet or whatever. But I would assume there's also some of these are not numbered at all, right? A lot of these don't have numbers anywhere, and they're selling for a little bit over $2,000. He's not wearing a Spurs uniform in these, as far as I know. I don't think he can. But again, I don't want to speak as an expert on the topic, but I don't think he can wear an NBA licensed Spurs uniform on these Bowman Chrome cards yet, as far as I know, given that Panini hasn't handed that over to Fanatics yet. Fanatics /Top/Bowman, or whatever the hell you want to call it. 307 results just from typing in Wembanyama Bowman Chrome, right? We're just talking about his auto and then the parallels of the auto. Look at the prices. There's 307 sales already, and the product's been out like maybe a month or something like that. I just found that to be very, very, very scary. So I would highly suggest that you guys stay away from that. Most of the people that watch my channel probably aren't the type to go out and jump on the first Bowman Chrome Wembanyama autograph in the middle of this shitstorm that we're about to see, especially tonight when they, again, they're going to be tickling his nuts for like 4 straight freaking hours because this is a terrible draft, but he's an absolutely transcendent player. And I'll be the first one to admit, I think the dude's incredibly special. I watched his interview on the JJ Redick Old Man in the 3 podcast. The dude is exceptional. He is blessed by God. He is a savant, not just as a basketball player. He's got a very good head on his shoulders. He's got a very good team around him. I think he's a can't miss barring injury. There's no such thing as a can't miss because anybody can get hit by a train or, landed on by Zion if you don't weigh enough. Like Wembanyama's a thin dude. Shit happens, man. He could break a foot like Jordan did in his second year. He could be Sam Bowie and break his tibia over and over. A lot of players' careers, Brandon Roy with the degenerative knee condition that he had. A lot of great players' careers have been derailed, and some players have come back from it, some players haven't. So nobody's a can't miss, but barring injury, I think he's a can't miss because I know how good he's going to be exceptionally, especially on the defensive end. His instincts are otherworldly. I watched enough to know what I'm looking at. He's a special player. So it's not that I don't think Victor Wembanyama is going to be an amazing franchise-type talent in the NBA. I really do. You just can't touch cards when they cost this much, and there's going to be this many of them. You guys see what they did in the year 2003. Did you see what they did when LeBron James was a rookie year? If they did that in 2003 when the hobby was a fraction of what it is today, what do you think that these companies are going to do as far as manufacturing quantity goes with Victor Wembanyama this year? He is going to be printed into the ground. These prices are insanely unsustainable. So let me just show you. Let me sort it by date. I haven't even done this yet, but I know I'm probably going to be right. Here we go. Yeah, well, for the most part, not exact. It's not a perfect science. Let's not plug in green because that's kind of rare. Let's just type in, well, I guess we got to type in green. So here's his green. It's my understanding that his green is serial number to 99. Most of these say serial number to 99. Some people left it out. Some people put /99 SSP. Well, I got news for you, buddy. SSP does not mean 99. SSP means much less than 99. I don't know what SSP means. Super short print. I know what it means. I don't know how many technically would qualify as super short print, but 99 ain't SSP. That is a fact, and I know that as a 90s collector. But it's going to be interesting to see how this thing shakes out. Another card is going to be that Sports Illustrated for kids. So we're going to type in Wembanyama kids, and I hope nothing terrible shows up. No trafficking stuff. Here we go. This is what, let's put in PSA 10. Has any of those sold? PSA 8, PSA 6. I think the PSA, oh my gosh. The PSA 8 is selling for $2,000. Do you guys realize how preposterous that is? Does anybody in the world think that this is absolutely preposterous other than me? I'm probably not making friends here. Again, I want you guys who are really on the Victor Wembanyama hype train to collect him. I can't imagine this is a good decision to pay $2,000 for this card right here. It just doesn't make sense. I know where $2,000 gets me in the Michael Jordan market. I know where $2,000 gets me in the LeBron James market. I think he's incredibly talented. I think the odds of Victor Wembanyama, and let me just put this on the main screen because we're probably done with the numbers. I just wanted to show you guys some of the absolutely preposterous stuff that's going on right here. I mean, somebody paid, hang on, before I switch over, and I'm going to get on the main screen because I've got something very important to say. And it's just, it's just time for it to settle in. The PSA 9, someone paid 5 figures for that card. This is a card that was cut out of a mass-produced magazine where I've seen people take pictures where they have like 80 of these magazines. So they got 80 shots, right? They got 80 bullets in the chamber running it up PSA to get this PSA 9. This is a PSA freaking 9. There was only one of them as of May 23rd, 2023. But what people don't realize is there's going to be 50 times as many graded by 2026, And so that pop 1 isn't going to mean a lot in 2026. It's going to be pop, 147 or something like that. It's not a 5-figure card. The PSA 8 sold for $1,650. I mean, it's just crazy numbers. And I just hate to see people paying this for these cards because it's really going to end poorly. It's really, really going to end poorly. I'm hoping that these are shill bid and not even real sales, but you never know. So let me get on the screen here. The odds of Victor Wembanyama finishing his career with the same type of credentials on paper that we see from, let's say, the closest comp. We're not going to compare him to Jordan because he's way more hyped than Jordan. We're going to compare him to LeBron James. Somebody out there said he's the greatest prospect ever, and I know what they're saying, prospect. He's not saying he's going to be the greatest player ever, prospect. I honest to God, I can't really disagree that much. It's 2 people that come to mind as far as, in my lifetime, the greatest prospects, meaning just run, lift, jump, shoot, defend, block shots, dunk a ball, instincts, defensive instincts, basketball IQ, polish, all those things. Like when you throw all that stuff together and just say, just absolute upside prospect, he's 1 or 2. And the other one is LeBron James. So just to say, I'm going to go out on a limb and say, the odds of Victor Wembanyama replicating the career resume of LeBron James is probably 1 in 1,000. It's not good odds. And people are paying 5 figures for his card, the first card, torn out of a magazine, perforated, not PSA 10, not serial numbered, not autographed, not in a Spurs uniform. I mean, how many cons do I have to state to explain that the cons outweigh the pros? The timing is absolutely preposterous, and I can't believe people continue to do this. I don't rant very often, and I hope I might lose viewers for saying this, but sometimes it's important to call it like I see it, and I can't be the only one thinking that these cards are preposterously overpriced. And the reason I came to this conclusion is I would really love to go collect a guy. I dislike the Spurs. I do not like the Spurs. You guys know that I'm a Bucks fan. I don't like the Spurs because I didn't like that the whole Spurs dynasty thing, or whatever you want to call it, dynasty. I guess Spurs fans call it dynasty for sure. I just didn't like Bruce Bowen. And I'll be honest with you, I love David Robinson. I like Tim Duncan. I like Tony Parker. I loved Manu Ginobili. I liked a bunch of the guys that played there. I just hated Bruce Bowen, and so I took it out on the whole team. Same way I hate the Pistons because, well, the Pistons are different because I hated every player on their team except for Joe Dumars, so it's a little different. Not a good analogy there, but I want to buy Victor Wembanyama. That's how I got to this page in Card Ladder. I went to sales history. I wanted to look up Victor Wembanyama. I wanted to see what cards he has. I wanted to see what they're selling for, and I was expecting dumb numbers. This is next level, logic thrown out the window. This is like literally next level type stuff. We're talking about, $10,000+ I mean, you're paying used car money for a Victor Wembanyama torn out of a kid's magazine, PSA 9, straight out the gate on May 27th. That just seems insane to me. So let me know in the comments. Do you feel like I feel, which is, I wish I could collect Victor Wembanyama. I would love nothing more than to start a Victor Wembanyama Prism Rookie Rainbow if and when that time ever comes that they actually release the Prism product for the year 2023-24. I would love to do it. It's just not something I can do. I am prospecting somebody right now who was a rookie last year. So I guess that would be 2021, right? So rookie last year. I don't know. I think it's a 2021 card. So I'm prospecting a player, and the only reason I'm even allowing myself to click the offer or click the buy now button on a 2021 card is because it's pennies on the dollar. I'm paying $3 for my prospects card. There's people out here prospecting. He's still a prospecting, and he might be the greatest ever, but they're prospecting with 5 figures on this card. If a Victor Wembanyama Bowman Chrome autograph, not in a Spurs uniform, serial number 299, goes for $11,000, what is his Black Prism 101 going to go for? That's what I want you guys to tell me in the comments. What do you think the Prism Victor Wembanyama Black 1 of 1 raw is going to go for out the gate when that card rears its beautiful head? I shouldn't say ugly head, beautiful head. That's what she said. What do you think that card's going to go for? Let me know in the comments, and let me know if I'm off my rocker. Let me know if you should be out there buying Wembanyama, if you think his cards are going to go up. I just don't see any light at the end of the tunnel at these prices. I think there will come a time, and we're seeing it with Doncic. The dude makes All-NBA every year. He's a top 5 player in the world every single year, and he came into the league just like Wembanyama did and took the league by storm. Wembanyama needs to, for Wembanyama to replicate what Doncic did, he's going to have 4, first team All-NBAs, by the time he's like 23 years old. Is it going to happen? I don't know. Is it possible? Yeah, but look what Doncic cards are doing right now. And I've got bad news for everybody who's buying cards in the year 2023, and I usually try to stay positive. They're printing more in 2023 than they printed in 2018. Not just more. A lot more, like a lot more. It's scary, it's sad, it's frightening, it gives me anxiety. I hope it doesn't bury the hobby. We've seen all this stuff happen before. We saw it happen with 1990 Leaf and Upper Deck and Topps and Bowman and all that crap in baseball. We saw it happen. We're watching it happen again, and it's like a train coming at you on the tracks, and you can't get off the tracks. And I'm not on the tracks, and I'm not in the train. I'm just on the sideline watching it, right? We're watching this happen, and we're watching other people about to get hit by this train. it gives me peace and comfort and solace to know that I'm collecting in an era where, yes, base cards were overprinted like a mother in the 90s as well, but the cards I'm buying are primarily not base cards. And if they are, they're usually very high condition base cards, and only because I have an addiction. And I admit that they're junk wax cards, some of them. So I don't know. This is just a big collection of anxiety and concern and worry for not just the hobby generally speaking, but specifically the people that are paying the prices that they're paying for these Victor Wembanyama cards. Let me know in the comments, A, are his cards the most overpriced cards in the history of all NBA prospects? B, how much is his Prism 101 going to sell for when it hits the open market? I'm honestly, I can't imagine it sells for less than $1 million. If a freaking Sports Illustrated for Kids PSA 9 sells for $10,000, the Black Prism 101, it's selling for $1 million. It is selling for $1 million. A done deal, easy peasy, no question about it. Not saying it should. I'm saying somebody out there is going to have the intestinal fortitude to fork over 7 figures for that card and hope for the best. So how many LeBron James cards are worth $1 million today, right now? Ask yourself that question. And, again, I think that the absolute top of the mountain, best case scenario for Victor Wembanyama as he finishes with a career like LeBron James. He's going to have to do it in a very different way, a much less relatable way. LeBron is still sort of a guard or a wing, right? Wembanyama is a freaking alien, and that's what makes him fantastic, and that's what made Wilt Chamberlain fantastic. That's what made Yao Ming fantastic. But oftentimes, you got that big man stigma as well that you're going to have to work through, and I know he doesn't play like a traditional big, and I know he can do face-up stuff because I've seen him. He looks like if you stretched Kevin Durant out another 9 inches, that's what Wembanyama looks like. He moves fluidly. He's special. And that's why I think he's a great prospect. One of the 2 best I've ever seen in my life. But the difference between a prospect and an proven, established, bona fide first ballot Hall of Famer Rushmore like LeBron James, his cards should not be outselling LeBron's stuff. All things considered. So thank you guys for watching. Let me know in the comments if I'm nuts. Thanks for watching. Keep collecting, stay positive in the hobby, and peace.